Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. Namaste and welcome everyone to this very first, or I would not say first, but yes, first with our this speaker of Bringle Talks today on Wealth with Purpose Mondays on Bringle Talks. Today is not just another talk. Today we are launching something historic. And not two alone, but with the founder of Soulful Smiles, and with whom we are building up this series one of social venture fund of 50 lakh rupees. Why does this matter for us? Because for decades we have lived in extremes. On one side, investments that only chase profit, risky, volatile, disconnected, and from the society. On the another side, donations and charity, heartfelt but not sustainable, where money disappears and impact fades. Wealth with purpose is the bridge. Your capital grows and comes back in 3 to 5 years' time. You can earn 10 to 20% annual passive income after that. And same wealth funds preschools, after schools, health hubs, environmental projects that continue serving society for decades. This is not free because free has no value. This is about commitment, contribution, and cash flow with impact. And to bring this vision alive, I am blessed to be joined today by the founder of Soulful Smiles, my partner in this mission, Dr. Vinaya, an educationist with over 27 years of experience, a leader in Rotary, a psychologist, the co-founder, or I would say founder of Soulful Smiles, composer of the anthem Awakening the Golden Bird, and above all, a change maker who believes every child deserves a future. Welcome, Dr. Vinaya, to Bringle Talks Wealth on Purpose today.
Namaste and thank you for welcoming me once again to Bringle Talk.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinaya. And I think, let's start with a little bit of a personal journey and passion for education, because the center in Bangalore is all about education to start off. So, Dr. Vinaya, you have dedicated 27 plus years to education. And not just in classrooms, but in shaping systems, teachers, and even entire schools. Wealth with purpose is not just a theory for you. It's your lived experience. Because education cannot survive on free charity. It needs long-term funding and structure. So what inspired you to dedicate your life to education, and how has that mission evolved over nearly 3 decades now?
We can actually say it, 3 decades, yes. From a very young age, because I always saw mom teaching. So I always saw that how education could open doors, which nothing else can do. Believe me, nothing else. So it wasn't always for me about textbooks, but it was for me about dignity, bringing that change in someone. It was also about education was also for me, it was an independence and an ability that I can have for myself and give it to others, about dreaming much bigger than what the circumstances we have. All this journey, long journey of 27 years, it just told me that um, how this journey has built me or helped me as an educator. My mission only grew much stronger and less. It's just begin with the teaching simple lessons to the children, but it actually eventually turned out to be transforming lives. Today it's not about for me an academic excellence or about something, but it's all about nurturing a confidence, nurturing a character and compassion for anybody. So education to me, if you ask, it's an art for preparing a child to thrive in the world back then there, who do not know what's kept for them in their future or in that Pandora box of the so-called world we tell, helping them only to smile, dream, and achieve with a rightful purpose.
Lovely, lovely. And I think I'm picking up this word from your own lovely mornings. Before I ask the next question to you, I want everyone watching to reflect. We talk about right to education, but do we really have it all or for all? Millions of children still drop out after primary school. Many families can't afford quality education. Out of 15 lakh schools, 11 lakhs are government schools today. But still, the quality of education is not proper. The infrastructure is not there. The teachers are not there. And Dr. Vinaya, you have seen this gap very, very close, right? In your experience, why is access to quality education still a privilege and not a right in India? And how do you think models like ours can change that? And especially when people who are able to pay, they are paying it for in the same school, and other children are getting it for free.
If you ask me as an educator, I will say that in India, education, though it says that it's a constitutional right and right to education, etc., but to be very frank, quality education today is actually treated like a privilege. The gap seen, or I'll say it comes from an uneven infrastructure, right? Not even infrastructure, not same infrastructure, not uneven, I will call it as, or also teacher trainings, then all the economic pressures which we have, which forces all the families to compromise for the child's future. Or I'll also say that it's often decided by the what do we call it as postal code, the pin code number. So where your pin code
Yeah,
number belongs to,
true.
and based on that income, only the child is get got into school. I was so surprised very recently, also to know that there is a school I do not want to name in a very the very own tier one and tier two cities, where they have a form that what is your annual income, and if your annual income isn't that much, they are not even called out for admission. Forget about getting an admission. Even if they want to pay, they cannot, because your
Oh,
annual income is not that
so it's
much.
not about money, it's about the financial status as well.
That's why I said pin code and the way where you live in. So model like ours, where investment and impact both go hand in hand, I feel it's only that we are trying to create a bridge by funding the scholarships or giving the rightful education to the children who are holding themselves without a pin code also. Basically, I will say they are without a pin code. We just want to make a quality learning accessible and sustainable with every rupee that carries both financial return and social purpose and education driven, where charity doesn't become only a charity, but it becomes a shared responsibility for us to deliver that impact on a rightful way.
Lovely. So, one more question. You also bring a deep psychology background, child and cognitive psychology. And that's powerful because wealth with purpose is not just about money, it's about people and about how children learn, how teachers grow, how parents value education. How has your psychology background shaped the way you build schools, after school programs, and teacher training models?
Uh, my learning always helped me. It helped me in different ways, not only to understand what is that the child needs at that particular time, but it also helped me to understand what the needs of the school. When I say needs of the school, it's not only about growing the schools, because that all comes for me as secondary. It's about the teachers, it's about the community which is over there, and it's all about empowering those teachers who really can make a difference, but they are not being given that chance. Or I may say, or put it across, that in today's world, guru is not guru anymore. Guru is just a, sorry to use this word, but guru is just a slave. Like, हमने फीस भरा है तो भैया काम करो. हम आपका फीस भर रहे हैं तो you are liable to answer my questions for my child any time of a day, forgetting that that guru also will have some kind of life for themselves. So, in all of these rat races, I feel that a teacher should deserve, or she has a right to live also. And that's why I have this teacher training modules where I really believe in empowering the teachers so that they can deal with all of these challenges much beyond the classrooms also.
Lovely. I also want to understand, I think you brought about the guru word. And this was not in the script, by the way, but it is just coming up right now. Uh, when it comes to the guru, we have seen Guru Dronacharya, and they used to have a Gurukul ecosystem. And in those Gurukul ecosystem also, there was a differentiator with respect to the family of kings, or those and the people who cannot afford. Like especially we saw that with Arjun and Eklavya story, how Eklavya was asked to give his thumb as a Guru Dakshina, and then he could not eventually become the probably better than Arjun. And that was the whole idea which Guru Dronacharya was kind of taking it up. I'm not blaming them at that point in time. The point is, it is still happening, like what you mentioned about pin codes. It's exactly what is happening today also. Now, how is that Soulful Smiles or this particular school is going to be different from others? How is that you are going to ensure that these kind of a challenges are not faced by any other Eklavya or any other person who is not into that same pin code?
Because the whole I'll say the whole idea about the Soulful Smiles itself was or is to give that education to somebody who really deserves it, or who do not have that pin code, and make their life different, make that feeling difference. So when I say, or when we think and we had thought about this aspect, it was all about that how we can make a difference in a child's life for with the limited resources which we have, but giving out everything that we have full. It's not it's not just that you teach the curriculum and you walk out, but it's actually the values which we need to teach them. It's actually the skill that we should give them, and it's actually the life based, I will say, the real life experiences which we can give them. So that's what I feel is needed, because they don't need curriculum, but they actually need that how they are going to survive. For that we need to give them the real life skills, and that is where we feel that our systems are different, and Soulful Smiles may stand out as a unique thing over there.
Wonderful. And I think one of the important aspects is that if you want to study, we have a place available, whether you can pay or you cannot pay. Of course, we will have to charge to the people who can pay. They cannot get everything for free. But there are children who are literally not able to pay. Their parents are not able to afford the quality education. And that is why that right to education becomes more important for us. Apart from that, Dr. Vinaya, we are also thinking of adding up not just skills, but the health and environmental aspects as well. Could you also put a little focus on environment and health as well? What is that going to be different out here, and how is that you are going to focus upon this social venture fund, or I would say this Virtu Center in Bangalore?
Mm, talking about environment and things like that, it's just a thought process, but yes, it's not come into a process a reality. But the thought process is that how we can make it different than others by utilizing less number of papers and less number of things, and also making these as a skill center. When I say skill center, it's all about giving the skills to them. So something related to gardening, something related where they can with a very minimum effort, they can actually grow and do things where the place is available, and this can be a lifelong skill for them, for themselves to earn. So with environment perspective, is that what I was all visualizing it and thinking it. As said, it is just about thought process. It's not come into a physical state or action.
Perfect. And I think I very well understand that. And I think you've been a very careful about sharing those. So I would just like to add it for the audience that there are a lot of thoughts on terrace farming, organic farming, giving the women empowerment, employment opportunities within the premises, helping them to build up that maybe, some of the disabled people as well, they start having their employment opportunities, having some bit of a free health checkups and things like that, which would be aligning with the Rotary and other institutions, where they will be kind of getting the free test, like we just did the blood donation camp. And these kind of a small things is what we are helping out people, and where we saw that not only just the privileged people but the underprivileged people as well come and did their blood donation because they felt the value of it. So sometimes it's that kind of an environment creates a very different impact. Now, because I've spoken about Rotary, Dr. Vinaya, you are the one who introduced me to Rotary, and today both of us are using this global platform for service. What excites me about Rotary is how aligned it is with wealth with purpose. While they talk about service above self, but very well done with accountability and a structure. And what we are trying to focus upon is sustainable impact above self. And what drew you to Rotary, and how do you see Rotary helping scale impact in education and beyond?
As said earlier, also, Rotary is always different for me. It didn't bring not only service, but fellowship and leadership as well. I was inspired that how people from different areas, different professions, different backgrounds come together for the same purpose. Like in Rotary, I did see that there are a lot of people with different places, but they all came together for the same purpose. Irrespective of the thoughts and mindsets, whether they agree or they don't agree, the only purpose was to create a lasting impact, to create that positive work. And it has been always proven that they have a track record that Rotaries always have a passionate volunteers with combined resources and expertise and networks and everything. However, I feel that Rotary can help us, impact more at large scale to education and beyond it, because it's just to ability for us to, convince the leaders out there and mobilize all the Rotary community to provide the grants and also some important and innovative projects which we can do based both on sustainability and impact. So, leveraging the Rotary local clubs and also some of the Rotary networks or connections, I think we can build a very wonderful partnership and strengthen the school or the Soulful Smiles or this vision or this thought behind it of expanding an access for the people or children to learn the skill or an education beyond the barriers which they have, beyond the pin code barriers, or because education is not just health, but it's about also place building too.
Lovely. So, friends, now let's talk about why we are here today. Our first 50 lakh rupees of social venture fund is not a donation drive. It's a financial freedom model. Here is how it works. Start with just 50,000 rupees one time or 5,000 rupees per month for 12 months. Get the donation certificates and tax benefits. Capital back in 3 to 5 years time, 10 to 20% or even probably 30% or more annual passive income after that. Impact would be at least 100 plus underprivileged children in that nearby area in Varthur, Bangalore get free quality education every year. Why do you believe models like the social venture fund are the future, Dr. Vinaya? Where are these, where underprivileged children can access the education but sustained by structured wealth?
Social venture fund, something like that, will really, really help. Because when we first initially moved into Vartur, we did see that there are also children from age group background of 10 years, and they haven't even gone to 1 day schooling.
Absolutely.
And believe me, the models like us, which we are building up, it may only represent the future, which is creating, as I said, a bridge between the education and a sustainability form. So pure charity alone has its own lot of struggles, as you always said. You do not know where to scale it, where to endure it. While if you have pure commercial approach, also it can leave you into more vulnerable state behind that. So a structure like this, which we are building up, or which I'll say you have actually built it up, is nothing but a wealth strategy, which has a proper channel where, the impact, the endowments, and the blended financial model, the mission driven behind it, and the investment, everything is being in place, which gives this underprivileged children an access to quality education. And again, without compromising on a long term viability, whether it will run or not. So by pairing up the fees, as you always used to talk up for the people, so we can have a subsidized education, well-designed financial balance for the person who's going to put the money in and can protect the access of maintaining high standards. So every dollar or every rupee which is invested continues to multiply over a period of time, not only with the money aspect, but also the impact aspect, that on whose life you're going to make an impact, that also multiplies. So this model again aligns with compassion, sustainability, and possibly a way to transform the, or an opportunity to transform the generation for another moment.
Lovely. See, I remember being into different social impact, social service projects. I've seen many of the times we have been, most of the times rather, we are donating to government organizations, thinking that government is there as with a better governance and things like that, because of which we are giving it, and there is a transparency. We keep on donating after donating, and there are sometimes multi crores of rupees to particular school, and we have seen local ministers, or the people trying to take advantage of it by showing it their work and putting the money into their personal pockets. This has happened multiple times, and that is why one of the reasons we decided to create a separate sustainable model, self-sustainable model with a more of uh, money generated out of it, and 100% of the profits going back into other other venture projects, like especially focusing on skills, health, and environment. It could be startups, mobile toilets, it could be any other aspect, like a social, this solar water pumps, and to the farmers, and various other things which actually generates revenues as well over a period of time, but there is an initial investment required, and that is where those initial investments are being put up, and that is where the whole aspect of a social venture fund is coming up. But coming back to education, education is not just about literacy, it's about dignity, opportunity, and freedom. And wealth with purpose is about proving that financial freedom for families is the building block of the financial freedom for our country. Dr. Vinay, how do you see education, wealth creation, and national transformation coming together in this model with this Mission Zero?
I'll only say that it is more interconnected in this model. It's been connected, like wealth creation, national transformation, education, everything is interconnected. I feel education is, as I said, that it's a seed. It's a seed that helps, to build the skills, the confidence, the mindset, the possibilities that I can do this. That's what education does. While if it is paired up with the framework of wealth creation or such, then there, evolves or it grows something called as social enterprise, which we are looking forward to, and impact funds for the entrepreneurial ecosystems which we have. While education is not only about a personal advancement, but it is a derived or a shared prosperity which. So most of the young people gain access to the quality learning, they create the value. They just don't improve their own lives, is what I have seen. They improve the lives of the people who are around them. They improve the families where they live in. They grow the businesses if they are into business. And when the businesses are grown, it's not only about that person, but the person who, all those people who are associated with that business also grow. So this is just a spark that, solves an n number of community problems. And over a time, as always said, it's a ripple effect which reshapes our economy. And that is why the social venture fund like this is nothing but it's just something which is so powerful, which unites the sustainable financial possibilities, we can call, or an opportunity, which is not a privilege for an engine to transform the whole country with an inclusive or with a rightful growth.
Absolutely. And I think it's a win-win scenario for everyone. be it the government, be it the person who can afford, and be it for the person who cannot afford. And would you like to share some of the examples, maybe without naming the the organizations or things, if you have felt that sometimes this charity is being misused, and that is where this kind of uh, sustainable models become with a better governance and structures are more important in today's scenario.
I agree. Not once, a lot of times I have seen that these kind of charities are misused and they are being led to a different places. And that's why many a times I used to keep myself away from there. And especially where the money comes, it really becomes very challenging to actually see it. But the model which you're preparing up, which is for the sustainable thing, and as I said, that there's a lot of transparency in there, that which lives and how many lives are we impacting on, and what is that we're delivering. It really helps the people to have more clarity and on their thoughts and the charity when they do it, so that they don't feel that their charities are gone, you know, behind the wall, or the charity is just been gone by. So that is something which I feel that our model is different than the others.
Absolutely. And I think if you have any queries, I would want all of you to click the link below. Download the ebook on more on this details, set up a one-on-one call with me. We will have a non-obligatory call either side. We'll understand more about it. You ask any questions. It's not about investment. It's not about benefits. It's about spreading the Bringle dream wave, making you aware about this concept of wealth with purpose, how you can leverage this wealth with purpose model for your own institution as well. And that is where it matters a lot, because not only one institution cannot do the change. We need all of you. So it's not about very any kind of an aspect or thought which you have, please reach out to us. So Dr. Vinaya, what I admire is about you is that you've always thought about long term. While you've been very, very focused on the immediate aspect or the current present tenses, present scenarios as well. Not just about, like today's classrooms, but tomorrow's systems as well. And you've been being an educator, educationist, you still talk about a lot of technology and things which not many educationists are even aware about. And that's the essence of wealth with purpose, building something that lasts. What legacy do you want to leave behind through Soulful Smiles, and with your, you know, your statement always you called smile, dream, achieve, probably with Rotary and this with the wealth with purpose movement as well.
See, Soulful Smiles, or thought of Soulful Smile, it was just that wanted to leave a legacy with the dignity and a hope, showing that with this very small and a simple act of a care or a smile can unlock a lot of confidence and opportunity for the people. And through Rotary, I hope that I would be able to demonstrate some kind of service, and not only in restricted to a place but beyond the borders, and create some sustainable solutions where a lot of Rotarians, a lot of people want to do, but they outlive only one person. And through the wealth with purpose movement which you have started up, I actually aspire to inspire a culture where we are just resources, or I will say we are just a steward to impact, helping the people to see the wealth not just for a personal success, but for somebody else, to uplift someone, a tool to uplift someone, a communities where people all are brought up together, more fairer and more vibrant for future. So it may look like together we can actually prove this compassion, collaboration, and a purposeful wealth which can transform lives at large. And that lives which we are transforming shouldn't be restricted to anyone, no matter anybody, that has to be changed up. So it can be a starting point or a part of building a world where there is this smile which relates to kindness, and opportunity which relates to dream, and endurance to achieving.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I think, Dr. Vinaya, thank you so much for sharing your journey and vision. Friends, what you have heard today is a new way forward. Not just wealth, not just charity, but wealth with purpose. Passive income for you, free education for the children, freedom for our country. And to every family in Bharat watching this, if you are an Indian, a Bharatiya, and your son, daughter, father, mother, brother, sister, or any friend who is an Indian or an NRI, please share this video with them. Sit together and watch it. Ask them, why not be a part of Bharat's billion-dollar dream? Why not be a part of Project Bharatvarsh and Project Lucky Bhav? Because families are not complete when wealth and legacy stay abroad. They are complete when they come back home. They stay in the country. Brothers and sisters or friends, this is your moment. 1 lakh Indian and NRIs, 10,000 crores, 100 unicorns, 1 billion lives transformed. We lost the first wave. We cannot afford to lose the second. Don't let history repeat. Be the one who funds India's future, not just watches it. Because excuses kills dreams. Actions build legacies. 100x your growth in just 10 minutes a day. Dare to dream big or die wondering what could have been your billion-dollar dream. Awaken the golden bird hidden inside each of you before it's too late. Click the Wealth with Purpose link in the description and comments, and let's talk one-on-one in a non-obligatory call either side. Ask me anything. Let's explore how you can be part of this movement. Know yourself, rise and shine, and transform yourself into a leader. Also, please subscribe to Bringle Talks YouTube channel. Watch 10 minutes daily at 4 p.m. IST or later at 2x speed and accelerate your journey towards the financial freedom and purpose 100x faster. Because the future is not about watching Bharat grow. It's about owning Bharat's growth. And the time to act, my friends, is not tomorrow. It's now. So let's speak loud. Jagao, jagao. Har ghar
हर
tiranga
घर सो रही चिड़िया को जगाओ.
jagao. Let's awaken the golden bird hidden inside each of you. Keep bringing, keep growing, keep spreading the Bringle dream wave. Inspire others, help them achieve, and motivate them to pass it on.